videos I promised you not too long ago when I did my Spider-Man No Way Home trailer reaction. This is my Black Widow video. Now I know this video is like 4.5 months late, but better late than never, right? I was thinking about making a joke about the fact that I never posted a Black Widow video. Probably tells you everything you need to know about the movie, but I also never posted a video about Shang-Chi, and I've still not gotten to my video about the Eternals yet, which are the other two I'm promising I will be posting in the next month or so, or a few weeks before Spider-Man No Way Home comes out, which is coming up soon. Oh my gosh. Anyway, really, I didn't hate Black Widow. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't a standout Marvel film, but it wasn't terrible. But yeah, let's get to the review. I did see Black Widow pretty much right when it came out, and I saw it another time after that. I was just like super busy in July, going out of town a lot, spending lots of time with family, and then in August I started my job, so I've been like super busy. But I did see it twice, and I intended to film this video after the second time I saw it. You're probably wondering what the heck this notebook I'm waving around is. I took notes. I took notes the second time I watched it, like in the dark theater, zero light, not even looking at the paper. I was writing down, scrawling terribly. It's probably chicken scratch. I'm pretty sure at one point the lead broke and I didn't notice, and I was just writing with plastic. Anyway, so I've seen it a total of 3 times now. This was after I saw it the second time in the theaters, and then I saw it again at home, although I can't really remember if I finished it all the way. I'll have to check on that. But that was about a month or so ago when I was like, yes, I need to film this video, and it's still taken me a while to get around to it. Either way, my video for today, I'm just gonna go through my notes and see what the heck I said about it, since it's not super clear in my memory. So anyway, we'll see how quick this goes. Hopefully this makes for a good video, good review. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, Black Widow viewing 2, let's go through some of my notes. My first note is that the beginning is really long with no explanation. I remember the first time I saw it, where I was kind of actually confused about like which girl was Natasha, probably the older one. Was it even Natasha? It never even says their names. It would have been better if at least they said their names before we were like 15 minutes into the movie. As like a diehard Marvel fan, I was even kind of confused, and let alone like my aunts who've only seen like a handful of Marvel films. They were very confused. So yeah, the exposition was a little bit confusing, and it could have been done better. The timing was weird. I think that was with the whole movie, the pacing was a little bit off. Let's keep going down the line. The montage had a lot of information in it. I guess that's good, but I feel like, and I'll get back to this later, I don't like how they put like those credits at the beginning of the movie. That's a very like old thing to do, and this film was set after Civil War. It's not like it was really her backstory. I mean, it had some of that info in it, and I feel like that was trying to be a callback that didn't need to be a callback, and I'll get back to that later. It messed up the credit scenes and the end of the movie. I wrote down all the stuff with the secretary is fine, good to see him again, you know, it places it, good timing. As we can see, Natasha is smart. She'd already ditched her tracker, and that was kind of a reveal to both us and Secretary Ross. And the whole thing with the phone where they're tracking her and she hides it but then isn't really there, that's fun. One of my first thoughts when it cuts to the scene with Yelena and they're tracking down like the vials, I was like, what is that clarinet? It looked like a clarinet case, and I was kind of confused until it explained it. I did like the mind control concept. It's interesting, like they're still aware of what's happening, but like they're being controlled. I know a lot of complaints saying that like this movie felt like a rehash of Winter Soldier, which it's been a while since I've seen Winter Soldier, so but I can see where they're coming from. But I think like this mind control concept was different, so it worked. And the concept was interesting. I did have a question though. It was never clear how Yelena ended up in the Red Room, so like it makes sense, but it never really explained it. I wrote down Taskmaster Protocol, no idea why, that's just there, they say it apparently. And the whole smile thing with the Taskmaster, that was weird. I did not like that. I have no idea why that was in the film. I like that dude. Name, question mark. Oh, the guy who hooks her up with like the place to stay and the Quinjet at the end and stuff. Oh, I have a question. Did she pronounce Budapest correctly in Avengers? I don't recall that, so it's interesting. I don't know. I'd have to look back at that scene. Oh, this one, I wrote down a 2014 song, question mark. There was a song that played. I meant to check to see if it was actually from the right time. I'm sure it was. It was Hit the Dance Floor, I Got You, Baby. That one, I think. Anyway, keep going. How does the Taskmaster mimicking even work if human? I don't know. That is illegible. Yeah, so I was confused about how the Taskmaster mimicking everything works. It's not really explained, so I don't know. Well, so it was smart of Natasha to take the vials out of the thing, so then Taskmaster would be going after the clarinet case instead of the vials. That was smart. I wrote, did they take out and I don't know what the heck that's out, but let's keep going. Hello, sister. So when Natasha and Yelena run into each other, that fight was unnecessary, I think. I feel like they should have felt more paranoid. I guess they were paranoid, but it just kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, knowing that it happened, I guess I wasn't as upset about it the second time, but it's like confusing who's initiating it, because Yelena knows that Natasha's an Avenger, and so maybe Natasha's hesitant about Yelena, but that also seemed like it, I don't know. It was confusing, and I feel like they should have put that fight energy more into the end. I wrote down that something is Yelena's favorite word. She likes a certain word that starts with S and ends in hit. I liked seeing the arrows from when Hawkeye went after Natasha. That was a fun callback to something, we've not seen before, but we did see pieces of the puzzle, so that was fun. And it talked about, oh, this is where my pencil broke or ran out of lead or something. You can barely see what it's saying. I don't know if you can see that, but 10 days hiding in vent before something. But that's interesting that they were hiding in that vent for 10 days. Like, more information they're giving us about Budapest. I love that Natasha tries to save the other widow. She's, clearly good, clearly the hero in this show, so, it fits. It was interesting to see that Dreykov had some control of, the widow's suits as well, so, he killed that one who was injured, which was kind of crazy. I wasn't a fan of that part, but, now I have 2 days in the subway vent. It might be something I need to either rewatch or have you guys clarify for me. So, does she mention they're in the subway vent, that she had been in the subway vent with Hawkeye for 2 days, but earlier she said there was 10 days of hiding in a vent? Did they switch vents? Did I hear it wrong? I don't know. I wrote it down. Back to great stuff about the movie. Yelena's quips are always the best. Jokes. Probably the best part of the film, to be honest, was that relationship between Yelena and Natasha. It was fun to see the sister relationship, teasing each other and all of that stuff. I liked it. I wrote down, why was Red Guardian in the prison? I think it explained that, but I can't remember. We're almost getting to the end, guys. I think I stopped writing as much stuff the farther into the movie we got. Why the heck is Melina still working for Dreykov? Also something I have no idea what the answer is. Seemed kind of stupid, and then I guess it makes you more on your toes about, or on the edge of your seat about where her loyalties lie, whether she's gonna help Natasha or stay with Dreykov, stay helping the Red Room. The whole switcheroo thing was confusing the first time, but I really liked it the second time. Okay, I need to really decode this last part. What is the head thing? How does the pheromonal... Oh! Locke work on non-controlled something. People? Okay, so that's the whole thing about the breaking her nose, pheromonal lock. That whole thing was stupid, to be honest. Let's just put it blunt. It was stupid. It did what it needed to do, but it just didn't make sense. And I feel like Black Widow is supposed to be one of those Marvel films that's supposed to feel more real and grounded, and that one kind of lost me. And how does it work on Natasha and Melina, who aren't being controlled by the thing? I know it was somehow put in place back before the control-y thingy stuff. I honestly cannot even remember how that works. Before, they were actually mentally being controlled when it was still just, mental and emotional conditioning, it was put in place. But how the heck does that work? It makes 0 sense. So, I don't know. And then I guess while we're here, before I get to my last point, the end. The first time watching the end felt a bit lackluster. The fighting seemed to like just end, and then it was running away from the falling Red Room, and it just didn't feel as actiony as it should be, while at the same time being too actiony. I don't even know. It was weird. The second time I appreciated a lot more since I knew what was happening. The timing felt less off, but yeah, the ending just felt weird. I can't place it too much, especially since it's been a while since I've seen it, but we'll stop there. Now, last comment, last note. Oh, I guess there's a few more notes, but the last few about the very end, like the resolution at the end of the film, it totally skips over Ross showing up, and I know a lot of people have complained about this, and I am happy that they released the deleted scene footage of that. I wish it was in the movie. It just like, there's this gaping hole at the end of the movie, and it doesn't resolve as much as like it should, and I don't really know why they cut that out of the film, except for the fact that they wanted that scene at the end where that guy gives Natasha that jet, which then she has for, you know, picking up the people who are then going to be with her at the beginning of Infinity War. Also totally unrelated, fun to see her now. That's how she got her vest. Oh, the origin story we all needed, but it's a fun connection. Like, connecting small dots is fun. But yeah, back to skipping the whole thing with Ross. This is what I was going to connect to at the beginning when I was saying like the credits at the beginning felt weird. I wish it would have just kept going, shown that whole scene with Ross, and then shown those credits from the beginning. I mean, obviously different because that was a whole transitions thing, so they have to have something else there to show the whole transition to the Red Room and all of that. So I don't know how they do that, but I wish they had normal credits at the end, so then getting the Quinjet could be a mid-credit scene, and then the thing with Yelena at Natasha's grave could be a post-credit scene. I feel like that's how it felt. And because they had to do that without having those other credits at the end of the film, I think that's why it felt like they had to cut that scene with Natasha getting away from Ross. And it kind of just like made the whole end feel weird, in my opinion. And that's it! That's probably longer than I intended it to be. I mean, this is only really like, what, 5-6 pages? Yeah, 5 pages of notes, and I blathered on for 20 minutes. This is why I'm trying to do scripted videos now. Either way, let's just sum it up. I thought Black Widow was good, but it's not like a standout film in the Marvel films. It's also not at the very bottom, but I mean, considering how good most MCU films are, it's probably kind of close to the bottom. At least bottom 10, if not like bottom 5, but it's still a good film. You have to realize what we're comparing it to, and I enjoyed watching it. That's what matters. I especially enjoyed watching it more the second time, and even the third time while I was watching it in the background while I was cleaning. That all to say, I want to hear what you guys thought about Black Widow. Let me know in the comments, and let's have a little discussion. Did you like it? Is it better after rewatching? Did you even just not see it because it felt like a lot of people didn't like it that much? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Also, look forward to my next videos. I've pretty much decided I am going to make one more Loki video because I finished watching that with my sister last week. I am going to make a Shang-Chi one and an Eternals one, so don't forget to subscribe, which you can do by clicking there, and hit the notification bell so you'll know when those videos come out. Check out my last video, reaction to the most recent No Way Home trailer, up top, and my playlist of all my Marvel videos down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!